I'm Jacqui Childs, and this is my friend Carlen, and we're about to get highly intimate. Hi, welcome.
Hey.
Cheers. Hello.
Cheers.
So, who are you, Carlen?
Well,
Besides really sexy.
thank you. I'm Carlen. I'm the everyday goddess, a sexologist, psychotherapist, cannabis educator, and best-selling author.
Wow.
Yeah, you know.
Welcome.
Hey girl.
Why the everyday goddess? What? Like, I've done some digging and some research, and we know each other through social media.
Absolutely.
Why?
Why the everyday goddess?
Yeah, why?
You know what? Because it's really interesting in a world where women are worshipped for so many materialistic and kind of fake like facade kind of stuff.
Fake boobs?
Yeah. Well, like, and I'm not against any of that stuff, right? Like, do your best, like, live your best life. But that's what the everyday goddess is about. It's about you worshiping yourself for all of the ways that you want to celebrate yourself and your womanness, no matter what that looks like, because nobody can define or tell a woman what that looks like and what that means to her.
Well, how come? What led you to that? Were you just somebody pissed you off so bad, or something so good? You're like, forget it, I'm an everyday goddess.
I'm out. No. Okay, so the story actually is, it all kind of happened when I had a breakdown on my kitchen floor. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I had a breakdown on my kitchen floor. I had just ended this relationship with a long-term person with the person I was in a relationship for a long time. I was like, this is it. We're getting married. Like, we got the dog, we got the house. I went off birth control. Like, it was like a whole thing. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. And then I found out all this other information about them. I found out they were cheating. They had a secret drug problem. Like, it was just a really unhealthy relationship.
Your picker was off on this one.
Like, it didn't start that way. Yeah, you know what I mean? It just kind of, it happens. Like, everybody's journey, everybody's chapter has a purpose, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I really do believe, and I'm thankful to that human for kind of igniting this new path for me, because, without kind of that hurt, then love wouldn't have been born.
Without the breakdown on the kitchen floor, there wouldn't have been the everyday goddess.
Yeah, right? So,
really?
Right? So, like, every human who has a breakdown, it's always an opportunity to recreate.
Yeah, to build back up.
Right? Exactly. So at the time, I was Sex with Dr. Carlen, right? It was like a lot of colors and bubbles, and like, I felt kind of like pin-uppy at the time, like a really kind of pin-uppy thing, and I was like, that's not me, right? I had ended up the relationship. I was like, where am I going now in this life? I figured that out and was like, that's not me. Let's rebrand. Let's figure that out. And I was like, okay, so what kind of woman am I? What kind of woman do I want to be? What kind of woman do I want to be celebrated for? And what is my purpose here? Right? So what is the purpose of me even doing any of this work? Hello, my love.
This is Budsy, and he wants to get highly intimate.
What's up? What's up? Hey. And yeah, okay.
Oh, he's here for your purpose. He's here for your purpose.
Yeah, you're here for my purpose. Well, hello there.
So what happened first? Like, we just started writing, you started journaling?
Well, I've always been a writer. Like, I've always been writing. I've, written for a whole bunch of magazines all over the world, right? Like, I've written for Fashion, Cosmo, Chatelaine, Fashion, Glamour, Men's, a whole bunch of different magazines. So I've always been a writer, and I was like, okay, so, well, what do I really want to write about? Do I want to be like the Blowjobs 101 girl, or do I want to be the like...
That's just easy, right? Isn't it, though?
Well,
Blowjobs 101?
I mean, how many different ways can you put a dick in your mouth? Like, honestly, right?
My God,
I mean, there's like 101 ways, but like, you know what I mean? Once you write that article once, then what?
How many different ways can I shove 12 pairs of shoes in a bag? How about that?
I thought you were going to talk about shoving it somewhere else. But like, yeah, right? So like how, like that's, so I was like, okay, but what do I really want to write about? What do I really want to talk about? And I was like, I want to help empower women to become unapologetically passionate in their lives, because I found myself apologizing all the time. apologizing.
I still do, even though I say hashtag shameless and hashtag I own it and I'm sorry.
Right? Fine.
Oh, God.
What's up?
And anytime you want
really fun to make out with.
let him run, we'll go get some snacks.
No, it's like my accessory now. Right? Isn't that like Zsa Zsa Gabor always had like a dog as an accessory?
Yes, Zsa Zsa Gabor did.
Yeah.
we give Budsy snacks, and he goes off to.
Yeah, that's great. That works. I was alright. I was here for it. Don't apologize.
Oh, don't apologize.
Yeah, I chose that. That's all right. Well, and that's exactly it, right? I found myself, I was like apologizing for, things that I was at a job at that time, apologizing for, existing almost. And I find that women do that. They apologize for like existing.
Sorry, I'm in the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking too much.
Sorry, I'm late.
Sorry, I didn't.
Sorry, I have an opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What do you think of that video that's going around?
Which one?
The one.
A lady.
Be a lady or whatever.
Be
a lady. They said.
Yes. Be a lady.
So I don't know if I don't think it's. I think it's a woman-to-woman problem. That be a lady. Don't. What do you think?
Oh,
Did you listen to it? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, a few times. I love that poem. I did. You know what? It's an everybody problem.
Don't you think women are more critical of each other?
Both are.
Yeah.
And as a woman, I mean, you probably get it. I don't know. I get a lot of love from women who follow me, and I get a lot of love from men who follow me, and then I get just as much criticism from women as I do from men.
I get a ton of love from the few women that follow me, and I get a shit ton of criticism from the guys.
Yeah.
But it's weird stuff. It's typical, like I said, it's typical stuff. It's not stuff.
It's like
that
I
really
love you, and I hate you, and here's a dick pic, and you're like,
yeah,
what?
How you didn't respond, you didn't like that. Like,
because I owe you a response. I
don't even know you.
I deserve to be served. I'm not serving you.
Yes.
I'm supporting you. I'm like holding you. I'm holding that space for you. I'm loving you, but I'm not.
Are you in a relationship now?
No. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I am.
Cheers to that. He's great.
He has to be. I'm a nightmare. So, for real.
That's all right. Know thyself. Know thyself, goddess.
I know I'm a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not easy. I mean, who's really easy, though? When you think about that, who's really easy? And, when people are like, well, I'm easy to date, I'm like, well, then I don't want to be in a relationship with you,
That's
really.
true if you're a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah, I'm a passionate person. You're a passionate. This is why you and I, connected right away over social media without even meeting. We're friends now. That's just what's going to happen.
You said the F word, and then I was like, oh, I like her. Yeah. She says, it's in her book. It says fuck right on the cover.
Yeah, on the cover. Do you know how, that's so fun.
Yeah, how do you...
Facebook ads hate me.
how do you... I know that's very hard to market, right? When you use... cannabis is a word that's hard to market.
Yeah, cannabis was a thing, and then I come out with a book that says Love, the Women's Guide to Not Fucking Settling, and the whole world's like... Wait, what? Is she swearing on her book and she's not a man who's swearing on the cover of her book?
Oh, that's true, because that's fine for Howard Stern and for certain, for them to swear.
Yeah. Don't give a fuck, all those.
But if a woman says, unfuck yourself, is that by a man?
Yeah, unfuck yourself. Yeah.
I think all those books with the...
Yeah, but it's mostly guys, right? And then, all of a sudden, one woman comes out with a book that says, Guide to Not Fucking Settling, and, whoa.
What's the feedback from your whole... Because, you're like, here I am.
Yeah. What do you want to know? You want to know, my pussy smells amazing. I'm great in bed. And I smoke a lot of weed. And I'm really fucking smart. That's...
Stoning it. Holy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You make me blush. That's very hard to do. Holy, it really is hard to do.
Yeah, well, there you go. Hey, girl.
You make me blush. Now we're flirting. Whenever guys are here, I'm like, oh, are we flirting? And I'm like, holy. Yeah. So the feedback on the book it's good. Everybody's excited and
it's been really good actually. A lot of women and there's been a few men who have read it and sent me some really great feedback, which is good too. But a lot of the women, because the book has been marketed for women, I wrote it from a woman's perspective for women, a love letter to women kind of thing. And it's really great because I get the first, message from someone who's like, I got your book, I'm really excited to read it. And then I get another message, a week later being like, I started reading the book and then I had a breakdown because it's like you are me and you're speaking to me.
It's so relatable.
Yeah.
It's
so I need to take a break, and then I get a message like a few weeks later being like, okay, I finished the book. Like it was great. Like thank you. Like the feedback has been really awesome.
Oh,
I'm so grateful.
That's really, and it's part of healing, right? It's part of the whole wellness and your healing journey from the kitchen floor.
Yeah. yeah, right? Once you have a breakdown on the kitchen floor, right? Like, and you're like, well, now what do I do with my life?
Right.
Like,
how do you build back up and where do you go from there?
Yeah. What does love even look like? What does that mean, right?
What does it mean?
Oof, what kind of love are you asking about?
I don't know. I'm not very good at it.
Right? But what do you mean you're not very good at it?
I'm really selfish. I mean, I love
Good.
people,
That's like chapter 7
but
in
I'm
the book.
really selfish and I'm very fickle. Like I change my mind. I don't know. I'm a good friend. I'm a good mom. I try and be a good partner, but I like to sleep a lot. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Rewind a second. What part of you then does not make you a good partner? Because like I just want to know. Because like I love to sleep, but I'm a great fucking partner.
Okay, I don't know. I shop a lot. I spend a lot.
Do you love each other?
Yeah.
Do you genuinely care?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Do you genuinely hold space and listen to your partner?
I try. I hold space. Do I listen? I try.
Yeah, but everybody try. I mean, like, you can't be present all. I mean,
you can't be present all the time.
We really try to be. You know what I mean? But it's mostly
sessions.
Thank you for coming.
Do you do that? Do you do therapy sessions?
I do.
As a sexologist?
I do. As a sexologist and psychotherapist, I do one-on-one sessions.
What's a common theme? Like, what is a common complaint or a common theme?
Depends on the time of year.
Really?
Yeah. No, honest to goddess. Like, it's this thing.
Honest to goddess? Yeah. Is that what you just said? Oh, did you trademark that?
Yeah, I'm like so on brand, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
It's funny. So, like, depending on the time of year, it's almost like, because I'm really big into, like, sacred science. So
what's that?
I talk about sacred science in my book. So it's about, because I'm a scientist, right? I'm a scientist, I'm a researcher. That's the world I come from. But I'm also like really spiritual and sacred and understand that we have modern medicine and Western medicine, as some of us like to call it, right? Mm-hmm. But then we also have traditional healing modalities and therapies and medicines that have been used and accessed for hundreds of thousands of years.
Is that the yoni wash?
Yeah. Well, right? Like yoni. Well, like, yeah. Yoni. So it's about mixing, like, understanding the fact that, like, Western medicine and, like, like, doctors and, like, how we understand doctors are really useful, but, like, healing shamans and, acupuncture and, like, other types of healing modalities like Reiki and stuff are also really healing.
I like all that.
And do mean something. And it is measurable by science because it's an energetic exchange, right? So I still need to see results, but like, I mean, I'm dripping in crystals. Like they're in my tits, they're on my fingers.
Are they really?
Oh yeah.
You have one in your bra?
Yeah, of course I do.
Oh my god.
Like, yes, I do.
What the hell? I need crystals in my bra?
Yes, you need crystals in your bra.
What for? Like just
to like, it's just like a good like little like energy, because like I'm really open in my heart. So because I'm really open in my heart, that's why I'm an introvert. I don't like to be around too much because I suck all the in. Will that help me not suck? It just helps, like, for me, I put the intention of just like keeping like a little bit of like a protection in front of me. You know what I mean? So I don't just like absorb everything from everybody because I just want to love everybody. You know what I mean? And otherwise, I don't want everything to be like sucked from me as well because like I got shit to do.
So they protect you.
Yeah.
Oh, I need some in my bra.
Yeah.
But you're single. What if some guy's fishing around in there and a rock falls out?
Great. Put it like massaging on my nipple. I don't know.
Oh my god.
That's the best part is when you forget and you're like, hey baby, and you take off your bra and then it's like boom 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 and like crystals fall all over the ground and you're like, oh.
Do you remember chicken cutlets? Remember those things people?
Yes.
Do you remember those?
Yes.
So before I got my boob job, a long time ago, I used to wear those chicken cutlets, and I was single and dating or whatever.
Yeah.
A guy I was dating didn't know I was single, but anyhow, I would take my bra off and then the two big chicken cutlets fall on the floor. I'm like, one day I'm gonna fix that. One day those will be inside, not outside. Like, it was so embarrassing. It was like, oh my, and my hair, my lashes, and
it's such a thing. Yeah, you gotta take off the hair, take off the lashes, take off the bra, and you're like, hi.
Hi. Yeah. And is it normal to feel like, I don't know, like I feel like I wear costumes. I feel like I wear,
Well, I think like RuPaul says it best, right? Like life is a performance, right? Like I'm really big. I followed this feminist. Her name is Judith Butler. I love her. I learned about her in undergrad kind of thing. And she talks all about gender performativity and how we perform our gender, right? And then RuPaul comes in, right? Like just like queen, and it's like, yeah, life is a performance, right? And it's true. Like when you get up in the morning, right, you are putting your clothes on and getting dressed and looking at yourself in the mirror and doing this whole thing, and you're like, okay, who am I today? What am I trying to kind of like energy am I bringing in? What am I trying to project? It's a performance is what it is. Unless you're like sleeping in bed, you're performing.
Right. Sometimes we're performing in bed too. You mean?
Well, yeah, sleeping. Sorry, actually sleeping.
I think I've aged out of performing. Now I'm just like, oh God, is there snacks?
Yeah. Where's the green room? Yeah. And not so much as a performance. Like for some people, it's like a performance of like I am here and I am projecting and like this is who I am, right? But I think even as we kind of go through. It's not a performance for like the appeasement or the applause of others. It's almost like a performance for yourself, right? When you put on makeup, when you put on clothes, when you put on your underwear, when I put on crystals, this is my armor, right? This is my life armor. This is like how I feel sexy, how I assert myself, how I feel into my womanness, how I feel into like the human that I am, right? So this is like, men, women, all genders. Like everyone's performing. Life is a runway, baby.
Life is a runway.
Like, yeah.
So did we say what the common when people come to you and talk to you for one-on-one therapy? What is their common? Because you believe in sacred
science.
Sacred science.
So because I believe in sacred science, I also believe in like energetic flows, right? So throughout the year. I find in my experience, 8 years as a psychotherapist means something. Mm-hmm. That there, like at certain times of the year, people are going through kind of the same challenges at the same time, or at least similarly themed ones. Okay. Right. So like right going into spring and such is when I get a big influx usually of like people saying, my partner might be cheating on me, or like I'm thinking of stepping outside the marriage, or it's like springtime fever. You know what I mean? I get that a lot.
Yeah, my DMs get pretty full in the spring.
Yeah.
It's serious. Yeah. And I will say, hey, bud, you messaged me last year about the same time. Like, for real. I have the...
Right? Like, there's that's energy, right? That's like, we're responding to that, right? Whether that's like, based on like actual science and we're responding to the sun and like that, that serotonin dopamine influx with the sun and like vitamin D and being like, like let my pussy shine, or like, or is it like energy flows and planets and like what does that mean and what does that look like, etc., etc. So it's fun. But
winter people are depressed. No,
winter people all message me and they're like, I can't get it up, or like, having libido challenges, that type of thing. I see a lot of that in the winter, or like, who do I want to be in this next year, right? Because winter often leads to like the new year. People are really reflective and
do you do that?
And
are you very reflective in the new year? Like for 2020, were you like, I'm gonna conquer all this year?
Well, I mean, I think intention setting. So intention setting and working with things like the law of attraction is really fucking powerful. And it's all about your mindset, right? So if I believe that this year's going to be shit, if I say this year's going to be shit again, well then what the fuck do I expect to happen other than this year's going to be shit? Right. Like no one is coming to rescue me, right? There's no knight in shining armor who's going to be like, I'm going to take this all away and like, just because your year is shit, poor girl, right? And like I'm gonna fix your life. That's not fucking real, right?
Right.
So like you have to be the hero in your own story.
Did you have parents that said a knight in shining armor was coming? Because I grew up with my mom reading me all those stories and all those whatever. One day your knight in shining armor will, like literally, you just look really cute and your knight in shining armor will come.
Yeah, no.
That was all I was taught.
Yeah. Well, Disney, right? Like,
well, Disney,
right? Like, get married and all your problems are solved. Mm. And then I walk in and I'm like, so what are your problems now that you're married?
Have you been married?
No.
Oh, do you want to be married?
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
You think?
I do. I want to have like one little fucker just like
one little fucker
hanging out
that you can just fuck with.
Who I can just like imbue with like all of like life's knowledge and be like, here's how it really is, kid. I'm not gonna play around with you. Yeah. I'm gonna give you the best life and we're gonna have a lot of fun, but like I'm gonna be real with you. And I'm like that with my nieces and nephews. So
like your brothers and sisters? Is that what
I have a younger sister. She has 8 kids.
What?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I just yelled at what?
I know. We're power pussies in my family. Is that all I'm saying? Like, I come from a family of power pussies. Like,
and
that's
you just
how,
want one.
Yeah, I mean,
one.
yeah, like a dog and a baby and a husband, and that's a nice little
a dog,
thing.
a baby, and a husband.
Yeah, but I'm not like putting my life on hold for it. I don't think anybody needs to.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
good.
it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, I'm still gonna be
It's gonna
happy.
take a certain kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you can tell.
Which, for sure, but that's not bad. It's
Call
gonna
it all bachelors.
God, yeah, maybe we should do a show here.
I know.
We should have roses.
Hi. My name is Carlen.
Super intimidating, though.
I have a doctorate degree. I'm a sexologist, psychotherapist, cannabis educator, best-selling author, entrepreneur, and I'm single.
I love it.
Slide into my DMs.
Slide into. You can slide right into hers. That's mine. Jeez Louise. Have you gone out with anyone from your DMs?
No.
Never?
No.
Like, have you got any interest or no? No. Because I meet a lot of people and they're like, oh, we met on Instagram or we met on Twitter. I'm like, really?
Yeah. No, I'm like a in-person kind of human, I guess. Right? Like, I tried
That's
dating
so
apps.
old-fashioned.
Well, I know.
I'm an
know what?
inhuman person.
I tried dating apps. I couldn't do it.
What one? What did you try?
All
what
of
did
them.
You,
well, for
what's that one?
research purposes.
Tinder?
Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge are the 3 that I've tried.
Oh, so I joined Bumble, but it was for a networking thing, not for a dating thing.
Yeah,
And
because you can find friends.
yeah, like I need some. I just did it for some free swag at some party.
Yeah.
But I love Tinder though. I love, like, I'm not on it and I'm married and old, but I love, like, we had a guest here a few weeks ago and she brought up her Tinder and oh my God, it's so fun. It's like
fun.
It's so fun. It's like I'm winning something.
You're like winning dick. Like,
You're winning dick. It's what you're
winner,
winning.
gagnon.
That noise that makes me. Oh my God, you're so fun. You're winning dicks, actually.
Aubergine, eggplant. Like, I don't know.
An eggplant. Aubergine.
Did you see that meme I
Oh.
posted? Oh my God, I posted this great meme on my stories the other day, and it was like, what was it? It was like, uncircumcised guys can't use the eggplant emoji, they have to use the caterpillar emoji. And you're like, this is the fucking best. Like, humans are so fun.
How about they flush the toilet before they send you those pictures? Have you ever got, like, I get dick pics and the guy's like standing in front of his yucky toilet. I'm like, what the hell? or it's like a completely filthy room or whatever. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then he's like, why haven't you responded? What the hell?
Like, really?
Because you need a maid before you need a girlfriend. Like, what the hell?
You need to meet Mr. Clean.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, it's a weird world. We live in a weird.
It is, but it's beautiful as fuck.
So, yes.
It's so great.
Actually. Really, when there's like all this sort of bleh going on in the world, there's so much to actually celebrate too and be really excited about.
Well, I don't like to give my energy to the fear mongering, right? Like, I don't like to give, like, I have I have many degrees, but one of my degrees, I have a little degree in politics. So I was like really in it. Like, I was active and, like, doing Canadian politics and, like, debate clubs and, like, I was in it. And then I was like, wow, like, if the first thing I'm doing is waking up and you're just seeing the news, but the media is kind of meant to put us in this, like, fear mindset, why would I want to start my day that way?
Right. Why would you?
Yeah.
And most people do.
Yeah, right? Which is, like, right? Like, when you start your day like that, then what do you expect that you're going to attract for the rest of the day? So, like,
negative energy.
Exactly.
Sadness, anger.
Exactly. So I kind of don't pay attention. Like, I just stopped. And it's not because I don't care, because I care about the things that are really important, but, like, I don't care what Donald Trump is eating.
Oh, God.
I don't care. I actually kind of don't care about, like, others. There's just a lot of stuff I just don't care. I don't have to wake up to it.
What do you really care about? Like, what?
Myself.
Yeah. Seize on it. It's like, why?
And I have a whole chapter in my book about I am selfish.
I'm so glad you're saying this. I'm like, what do you care about? You go, myself. I'm like,
right too. Yeah. Well, and humanity and the good of humanity, because I think that's one of the things that's really interesting, because some people who follow me, they're like, well, like, you talk about, like, me first. I'm like, yeah, because as a woman, we've been bred and like conditioned to be
me
like
last.
Yeah.
If at all.
If at all.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's just,
For sure.
your mother, your wife, you're an employee, your colleague, you're an aunt, your grandmother, you're everything else to everyone else before you are something to you.
Right.
And I do not want to be defined that way. I want to be defined by who I am as a woman and me first, by the definition that I set and choose to embrace in this world. And then go ahead. And then, what I have space and time for after I've put the oxygen mask on myself, then I'm going to help you.
Like they say on the plane?
Yeah.
Put it on you first. I'm like, who wouldn't put it on them first?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait.
Lots of women wouldn't.
Do you see how every commercial that they do with the face mask is always a woman? It's always a mother and her child, right? Because most women, right? Even if I was with my nieces and nephews, I'm like, have you eaten first? Have you, like, are you okay? I mean, they're kids, so like, you do check in on them first.
That's what we do.
But like, how
did this happen? Like, were you raised this way, or was it just a series of events that made you this? Like, you're a pretty powerful force. There's like a tornado that just came in here. It's normally me. And I'm just like, I'll follow her lead. For real, like what happened? Was it just really supportive parents? Was it something tragic, that you built yourself into this? Like, the Phoenix?
I guess Phoenix-ish, right? Like, I come from a family with a lot of really strong women in my family, but a lot of really...
Like, did you see sadness and struggles in your mom and your aunts and your parents? And you're like, okay, that's what I'm going to learn a lot what I'm not going to do.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things that people wouldn't imagine that I've seen and been a part of and held space for, and yeah, pretty much you name it, I've seen it, been part of it.
And
it's happened in my life.
For me, this is not where I'm going to stay.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what the everyday goddess is. It's about being unapologetically passionate, but choosing that.
Right.
Because the life that you are living is your choice. And people forget that, right? They're like, well, I can't do this because, this is happening, or this is in the news, or, I don't have money for this, or I don't have this. It's like, no, right. You are choosing this life.
You're choosing that, right? This is like the negative Nellies, the people that just complain nonstop. You just choose, like, you can see it that way, or you can see it this way.
And the thing is that some people like to stay in that uncomfortable, right? In that fear. Fear is really comfortable for people. Even though when I say that sounds really uncomfortable. Right?
It's weird they just want to stay there. They stay put in that good space. Yeah. Because it's comfortable for them.
Because even fear brings validation, right? So people who are like, I have people in my own family, for example, who are like, every time you talk to them or you call them, you're like, I'm sick with this, and this is broken, and this has failed, and this blah, blah,
and the coronavirus, and the whatever.
Jesus Christ. And you're like, okay, so what's good happening in your life, right? But it's because of that validation that you still receive, right? You're like, well, let me help you. Let me do this. I'm so sorry for you. And like, you know what I mean? And like, there's a time and place for empathy and sympathy. Yes, trust me, I get that. And start living your life by your rules, by your means, by your choices, and stop blaming the rest of the world for the life that you are living, because it's not doing you any good.
Right.
And that is a lesson.
How do you tell people that or say that? Negative Nelly, she's not hearing it. Like they kill the messenger like that.
I mean, once they're in front of me on my couch.
Actually, yes, I'll send them to you.
Send them to me, right? Because like when you're paying me, like as a therapist, right? When someone's paying me to be like, okay, so what's going on with my life? I'm gonna be like, because that's what I offer. I offer bullshit-free therapy. Like it's your hour. You're paying me a lot of money to be here for your hour, and there's only so much you can get done. And people often, some people come every week, some people come every 2 weeks, but some people only come every month or two, because there's a lot of healing and triggering and stuff that has to kind of happen, right? It's like when you're working out, right? You have to rip apart the muscles in order to grow them stronger, right? And that's what I do. I exercise your heart muscle. So I'm going to rip it apart so that you put it back together stronger. And I help you do that.
Ooh. What do you think of mushrooms?
I fucking love mushrooms.
Do you? Oh, me too.
Yes,
like the magic variety.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I mean, like all the other guys too.
I like all mushrooms.
All the mushrooms.
I like mushrooms. Yes.
But psilocybin, it's just changing people's lives. So much good science is coming out on psilocybin and LSD and how it can actually help people with like severe emotional and mental health stresses like anxieties and depressions, PTSDs and stuff. And the science is remarkable
and real. The science is there. The data and the research, it's real. It's happening. Like this is, I think it is the next wave of like plant medicine. Totally. I think for sure. Like cannabis was one thing, and you smoke weed, right? Yes.
As a cannabis educator, yes, I do.
Well, what about the people that own these big cannabis things and they're like, oh no, I don't smoke. Like, what do you think of that?
Well,
there's lots of people in this space like, no, I don't smoke.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the money's good, so I don't blame them.
So the money's good.
I don't blame them.
Gonna be honest.
Yeah, right? And it's a fun space, right? Like, like the cannabis space is really fun to work in and such. And like, I mean, I think you can be an advocate for cannabis and understand that you can't legalize a plant that grows that was of this earth.
Right.
I think that's bullshit. That's like a mushroom.
So
like
crazy.
You can't, like the fact that you make it's like when they make breeds of dogs illegal. It's like
yeah. Oh yeah. Like we do have that.
Yeah.
Certain dogs, pit bulls and stuff,
right?
right?
I'm like,
you can't do that.
But you can't. What?
It's not real.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Right. I'm like, no, thank you.
It's a plant.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
And mushrooms are vegetables.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah,
a fungus.
A fungus a vegetable?
Yeah, well,
like if I'm having dinner and I need a veggie and I throw
like
mushrooms on there.
Yeah, it's in the legume, so I guess it goes in like the veggie. It's not a fruit because it doesn't have seeds, so I guess it's a vegetable, a fungus vegetable. We'll have to check that.
We'll fact check that. We'll fact check that. That'll run across the bottom.
Fact check. but I think it's interesting because people, I think you can work in the cannabis space and not consume cannabis and appreciate and be an advocate for the medical and the health, the wellness properties that cannabis does bring into people's lives. It's kind of like really good drug dealers never do their own stash.
That's true. That's true. I know lots of really good drug dealers and they don't touch this.
Yeah. And that's how you know they're a really good drug dealer, right? Because they don't do this. So I like when you kind of put it beside that, you're like, okay.
Well, we've had doctors talk about being a vegan or different lifestyle things, and they know it might not be for me, but it's also really good and really beneficial. So I could talk about healthy living and healthy lifestyles while I'm eating donuts and chips and dip and stuff. So.
Yeah, balance is key.
Balance is key. So when you're not on, when you're just like chilling, you're just hanging out, what does it look like? How do you what's your downtime? Or is it always...
What's my downtime?
I wear a onesie and don't shower for 3 days and eat chips and watch marathon nonsense. I'll bawl I know the people that are dying, and then I stand up and cheer at their wedding. It's ridiculousness.
Yeah.
But that's I light some candles or some incense.
Yeah,
some mushrooms.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy. It's my therapy.
That's your therapy.
Great. I mean, it's 16 years in, and I'm still watching
16 years.
Once a week. That's my weekly therapy. But no, I smoke weed.
Bubble baths or meditation or what's your?
Yeah,
I can't meditate. Ooh.
You know what? Well, I mean, meditation.
Quietness in my head drives me nuts.
Does it?
As soon as there's that calm quiet, I'm like, what the hell? I got stuff to do. I start to panic in my own head.
Well, I think meditation doesn't have to look like how everybody's meditating, right? I don't think it has to be
quiet,
that's why,
calm?
Yeah, I think some people like guided meditations because of that reason, right? Because
well, they still leave you quiet for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And those 2 or 3 minutes are I panic. I'm like, I wonder if he'll know if I did laundry. Right? I'm just going to skip off and throw some laundry in.
Totally. But that's why I like other forms of meditation. So I'm a big cook. So I love to cook.
Oh, I love to eat.
Yeah. I'm big on things in my mouth, right?
Again, there's a common theme. Yeah. I wonder what the title of this episode of Highly Intimate will be. Let's talk about marriage.
Let's talk about marriage.
Wasn't that invented when you're supposed to die at 30? So
well,
now we live to 110 and we're supposed to be with the same person our whole lives and we're supposed to have cute little kids with matching outfits and all that whole thing.
Yeah, so like, well,
Tell me what you think about matching outfits.
What do I think about marriage?
What do you think about marriage?
So, I like it. I think it's lovely.
I like to go to weddings.
Yeah. Oh, really? I love weddings.
Oh God, I'll send you something. Or
yeah.
They just want the money. I don't want to go.
Oh, I go. I have a great time.
Do you cry?
Yeah. No.
Oh, see, I got something wrong. I can't stop bawling.
What? Why are you sad for them?
I am.
Or like so happy.
I don't know what it is.
It's like when you cry after sex. It's like, are you happy or are you sad? I'm like, I don't know. My hormones are just.
Like, I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah. It's just a hormone rush. It's dopamine.
Well, I've had a full hysterectomy. No hormones, 0.
Yeah. Okay.
So is that why I don't cry after sex?
No.
Because I'm just I'm just like a vacant
Blank
thing.
slate.
I'm like, the bits of hell. What am I?
No, you're a woman. That's what you are.
Am I still though?
Yeah.
I remember being told that if you have a full hysterectomy.
Who told you that?
My father.
So you let a man tell you what a woman is supposed to be like?
Yeah.
The next time I take an opinion, I was like, the next time I take an opinion from someone with a penis telling me what my vagina needs to do, look like, or can be.
I heard that once you have like a full hysterectomy, if you have no hormones and you have none of your like your ovaries or your womb or your whatever, you're no longer a woman.
But
so that's why I was.
That's bullshit. Is
it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm still a girl. Yay!
Oh my goddess. You are a goddess.
Oh my goddess.
Is what you are. Absolutely. No, that doesn't mean anything. There's so many. There are women born without parts. There are woman. The idea of woman is a social construct. The idea of marriage is a social construct.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Humans created definition. Okay. Right? Humans created what that means. So if we go back to marriage, for example, right? Because that's kind of where we kicked off. So marriage was kind of essentially created to control people. I said, really go down to it, right? And to control women, right? Like,
because we're crazy.
No, because unfortunately patriarchy at the time, like many years ago, right? You know, and the church created this idea that I am, as a woman, a man's property. Right? So because I am your property, then you marrying me signifies in front of all people in the public that I am your property.
That's why we take the last name and everything.
That's why you take the last name. That's why you wear wedding bands. That's why your parents walk you up the aisle.
And they give you away.
They give you away. They're like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for, right? So the idea of marriage was socially created in order to control women. Is kind of essentially, when you break it down, that's what it was for. Right? And, you know, to control, you know, your offspring, and like, you know, if I'm married to you, then technically, and I own you, or like you own me, then I am only allowed to have your children. And then that way that guarantees your seed going on and you know, living on for generations. You know, that kind of thing.
But you still think marriage is okay?
I think marriage is great. Like, and I think that, like,
if it's evolved,
church is great too. Like, I think, yeah, marriage is great because there's nothing wrong with declaring and celebrating love and commitment, right? The problem is that people get married for the wrong reasons. I see all the time. You know, we're celebrating love, but the problem is that people get into marriages and into this idea of a commitment because they just want the party, right? It's like, I want to be a bride.
And wear the wedding dress.
Wear a dress and like do all of that. And like, yeah, that's fun, right? But you're leaning into...
That's a day.
Yeah, and then they come to me after, and then it's so funny because I see these like build-ups, like, especially like growing up, right? I would see these women who are really lovely women, but they get so excited, and like their whole life for like 2 years revolved around this one weekend, right? And then, which is great, and it's fun and all of that stuff, and like I like attention too, so like I get it, too. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but then like after that weekend, then you just see them be so sad after, and they're like,
Like
Well, now
is there
what?
such a thing like as a letdown, a wedding letdown,
I
or
think
commitment
so.
letdown?
You know what? I think we need to coin it.
There
or
must
something.
be something, right? Like
Yeah.
like the after letdown. Like,
yeah.
okay, so
like
this is it.
like not like after you have a baby, it's like the baby blues. We should call it like the wedding blues. Like,
something like that.
You know
for
what
real.
I mean? Yeah, because I see people after they get married, and then they're sad because it's like, well, now what are we doing? And it's like, well, now you're living your life, right? And then people will jump into like a baby, and they're like, oh, here's another opportunity for me to have attention on me. So like now I'm gonna have a baby, but like, do you even know the person that you're having a relationship with? Do you know what this commitment means and what this looks like?
Wow.
Do you know what it means to actually be in a relationship with somebody for 25 years? That's a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I have a sister, I don't even know if I could have lived with her for like that long. Like, and I love her with my everything, you know what I mean? Like, like that's work.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
people forget like that a marriage is work. Now, here's the thing though, is that often when we talk about marriage, people equate the idea of marriage to monogamy.
Right.
And monogamy is where there's a big problem because it's not for everybody, because monogamy is also a social construct.
Right. It's it's a man-made thing.
A man-made thing that we created and defined and said this is how it shall be, right? So you shall get married, and then this is what that means and looks like. And in that, you shall also be monogamy, because not only do I own you, but I own your vagina. And then it turns around, whereas women are like, not only do I own you, but I own your penis.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And what that can do over time to people sexually and psychosocially and all of that good stuff. You know, there's a lot of shit that can come from holding on to that mindset and breeding those thoughts and that mindset.
What do you think of monogamy, long-term relationships?
Oh, fuck.
Is it for you
That's
or
what
is it not for you?
I think about it.
Oh, fuck. Like, what do you think? I mean, my relationship, we say lifestyle, but that just, it has evolved and it changes and it's how we define it and no one else. Just, I don't know your feelings, you don't know mine. You don't have to lie and hide things, whatever those things may be.
Yeah.
That's all it's supposed to mean, that we can be open and honest with each other and roll with as we age and as we change and however that looks like.
Totally. And being committed to doing this together.
Committed to being super, like, honest and together. Like, we're a couple. It's weird to tell people about it. They're like, what do you mean? So he can do whatever and you can do... No, he can't do whatever he wants. That's not what I'm saying. And I don't do whatever I want.
No.
We're open and honest with each other.
And just communicate it.
Which is so weird. People are like, you tell him you thought that guy was... Yeah.
I'm not dead just because I'm married.
So,
oh my God, so I have this great story.
Tell me this
story.
story.
So I have a grandmother who is the light of my life. And she's my last living grandparent, but she's always been the light of my life. And I remember before my grandfather passed, about 10 years ago, and she's 94 now. And I remember asking her, because, I was thinking about, like, 10 years ago, I was thinking about doing this for school and, that kind of thing. So I said to my grandma, I was like, and I'm Portuguese, so you say avó. So I was like, vó, like, do you and Vu, like, do you guys still have sex, right? And she looked at me and she's like, Carlen, she's like, I'm 83 years old, but I'm not dead. And I was like, that's my grandma. I'm going to sex school.
I'm 83 years old, but I'm not dead. In that accent.
Yeah, with this like thick European Portuguese accent. Like, it's so great. So I think the idea of monogamy, I think monogamy works for some people, but it doesn't work for everyone.
Right.
And I think we have to kind of go beyond this idea that marriage or relationship means ownership. And it doesn't. And that's where people get really, really stuck, because then they fail to learn how to communicate, to compromise, and to really be truthful and honest about their feelings and be able to share that openly and with confidence to their partner as well. And that's the problem.
That's the problem. Well, aren't we like a disposable society? Don't we say that we're like quick and easy?
Yeah.
Instagram,
oh, yeah,
Twitter,
yeah.
Facebook, right? Like,
yeah. Do you watch TikToks now? Oh my goddess. I've gotten into TikToks this week. Well, I haven't gotten into them. People in my life.
I'm banned for life from TikTok.
You're banned.
20 freaking hours. I posted a really cute picture of me at the Lift Awards, and I put like a Cannabis Wiki link on it or whatever. And then I got in trouble. And then I put a picture of me in the garden. I'm not even smoking weed or anything, but cannabis all around.
Yeah.
And then I got the thing that I was banned for 7 days. So I went back on. And now when I like do my little videos or whatever, it will go right to my saved or drafts. I can't post anything. It won't let me. And it has sent me a bunch of emails like I've lost my, I can't post.
You've lost your TikTok privileges.
Yeah, so I can see.
Well, fuck TikTok.
I can see everyone else's stuff. I can see everyone else's TikTok in a way.
Yeah.
And I can create them, but they can't go anywhere. So I just put them right to Instagram.
Yeah.
Because it's fun, the stuff that it does. Okay, so what do you
Yeah, the editing behind it is like really, like the software is really great.
It's really cool, yeah.
Super great, yeah.
And I can use that for other things. So
Totally.
I'll just use you, TikTok.
Yeah. Boom.
You got rid of me. So why were you saying you like the TikTok videos? Like,
well,
what do you
yeah,
like?
I like TikTok, but like what you're saying, like
Quick
we're
and
such
easy.
a disposable society, right? Like we're just like 30. If you don't capture my interest in 30 seconds, then on to the next, and I think that's where we are failing in relationships and being able to like build relationships and have relationships with people and ourselves.
Right.
Is that we think if it's not fixed in 30 seconds, then what's the point, right? And it's so, oh my goddess, it's so funny. So I was...
I gotta start saying, oh my goddess. You catch me every time.
But, so I was like going through, just like living my best life, and this like ad popped up. I think it was on my Instagram, and this ad popped up. And it looked like this like whistle thing, right? And so I'm like, because I'm really interested in marketing and like how people market themselves and like, the lies that we're teaching ourselves and other people.
Things we need, we have to have.
Yeah, right? Like I watch ads sometimes instead of the news, right? I learn so much more from ads than you do from the news sometimes. But so it's interesting because there's this like little whistle, like it looks like a whistle, right? So I watched the ad, and the ad was like this woman was like blowing in it. And then a screen popped up and was like, did you hear anything? And I was like, no, is the whistle broken? Like, what's going on? Right? And then the ad goes on to be like, you wear this like device around your neck, and it reminds you to breathe. And I was like, hold on a second. So you're telling me for $85 a piece, I get to wear a broken ass whistle around my neck to remind me to breathe?
To remind you to breathe. If you don't breathe, you're dead, though, right?
But like that's where we've gotten to as a society. Like, isn't that fucking crazy?
That is crazy.
Like that's where we've gotten to, that you have to wear a broken whistle around your neck to remind yourself.
I wonder how many people are saying they need that whistle. All these people. I bought the whistle.
Yeah, to remind yourself to breathe, and you're like,
what the hell? $85. Too bad we didn't come up with it.
Well, like, and then a part of me was like, damn, that's genius.
Yeah.
Like,
what else can we think of? Remind yourself to blink. Remind yourself to pause.
I'm more about like wearing the necklace that's the vibrator, right? Like the Crave from Vesper. Oh, I love that.
I used to have like a little magic
useful
bullet.
as fuck.
Those little magic bullet things, or whatever, that hang around.
Yeah.
Those little giveaways. One.
Right?
Hey, I don't know. It wasn't you. I'm like, somebody gave me some lube and it came with a little vibrator.
Did I send it to you with your shirt? I think it was me.
Oh, maybe I
did. With my goddess shirt?
Yeah.
I sent the goddess shirt with a vibrator and a blue. I was like, live your best life.
That's right. You sent me a vibrator. I'm pretty sure it was you who sent me the little vibrator.
I like sending people vibrators. It's like a thing.
That's funny. Do you have a favorite?
Favorite vibrators?
Yeah.
I mean, depends on what I want to do.
I don't like ones that don't plug in. I like a plug.
Yeah.
I've been in
they were rechargeable.
No, I want it plugged in the wall while I'm... Because have you ever, like, gone to that and it's dead or they're not charged or whatever? That's what I am on the kitchen floor. Yeah. Like, so now I'm like...
I guess I'm smoking a joint then.
Do you want to smoke a joint?
I mean, sure.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this is like...
Will it stay in? I don't know, but it's pretty fancy.
It's fancy as fuck.
It's total goddess. And I figured you know how to do it. Look at you! This is when we need the behind-the-scenes pictures. But the people that I have doing the behind-the-scenes pictures, the person I have, he usually smokes a lot of weed and then wanders off.
This is incredible. I need one of these.
But we have professional people in the studio. Isn't it nice? Oh, you want one?
Is it like...
I have 2 or 3 more at home.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it catching, though?
Is it? Yeah. Thank God you've had all that practice.
Yeah, no shit. It's good thing I know how to blow.
Oh, fuck. So, you really didn't discuss discuss what your downtime is. What is your downtime?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is your relaxation, your downtime?
What is my relaxation, my downtime? I'm really intentional. So like when I'm, whether I'm teaching on Instagram or doing all of the stuff.
What does intentional mean? You're really intentional.
Intentional is like doing something with purpose.
Okay.
And it's not that the purpose has to be like grandiose, but it's more the idea of like, if I am going to wake up today, I'm going to wake up with the intention of like being happy and like setting awesomeness, positivity for my day. So every morning when I wake up, I do, before I even like get out of bed, I put on like a high vibrational, high vibe, like, at least 432 hertz music. And I sit there for at least like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on, whichever one I'm feeling that day, to kind of just like get me in my mindset and like feeling like a powerful fucking goddess, right? And then what I do is I masturbate, because like you have to start your day with an orgasm.
I messaged you pretty early. I might have been in. I'm gonna need a minute. Awesome.
Or just call me again because my phone's on vibrate.
Or call me again because the phone's on vibrate. I'll just keep calling you. Okay, so you have your intentional high vibration music.
Yeah, so I have my music, and then I definitely self-pleasure, because I think everybody needs to start their day with an orgasm. I think that it's more effective than an apple a day, for sure. That's doctors telling you that, right? And then I get up, I put on my like fluffy robe, I turn on my tea, I drink.
We're out.
Oh, are we out?
Do you want more?
I mean,
Smoke away. Talk. Smoke. You can take it out of it.
Fabulous.
It's fabulous, but oh my goddess. I like when you smoke. I like watching women smoke. I have weird.
It's sexy.
Okay, like fetishes are weird. There's all kinds of like foot fetishes and fetishes, whatever. I like watching women smoke. Is that weird?
No, it's like a mouth thing. It's an oral fixation thing. I mean, that's why I like to feed people.
Oh,
it gives me pleasure.
I like watching women smoke, not men. I hear that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's
like when guys put on chapstick, they're like, it's not quite right, but you're doing something, yeah. So then I have my art, and then I put on my robe, and I start my tea, because I have a chaga turmeric tea every morning, and to get in the shower.
Wait, you said chakra?
Chaga. It's a
What's
mushroom.
That? Oh.
It's like a superpower mushroom. So it's always, the tea is always on at Goddess HQ.
So the music,
Yeah.
self-pleasure,
Yep.
a tea,
Yep.
and start your day.
And then I start my day. Some days I rebound.
The rocks in the bra.
I put my rocks in, if I'm wearing a bra.
Yeah.
That's why I have to wear them around.
Oh, the little jumpy thing?
Yeah.
I have one.
I rebound for a few minutes every day.
I was trying to, because I do Kegels on it, like I got 2 kids with big heads.
Yeah.
So I need to jump. And I had the vaginal rejuvenation. What do you think of that?
How did that go?
Interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was scared. I was nervous. It didn't hurt. And it takes like 30 minutes. Well, I think it was 45.
Yeah. My sister's doing that right now. She had 6 kids. She has 8, but 2 of them are from her.
So this was I'm good.
She has 6. Yeah, I'm good too.
It was a wand.
We're working sort of.
So it's like a big wand. We're working sort of. It was a big wand. Like it looked like a lightsaber.
Oh,
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
they put the lightsaber on, and it's going to go from like purple, yellow to dark red. And it's going to go a couple times around this way and a couple times around this way. It will feel a little hotter, a little cooler, and then you're done. And that was it.
It's amazing.
And then I'm rejuvenated.
Yeah. How do you feel though? Do you feel any different? Like, I love these questions.
I did. I love these questions. You're right. Yeah. So about 2 weeks later, it took about 2 weeks, and then I noticed, something. Like for sure, I noticed I felt different, and it was different, and
well, it's a muscle.
all brand new, right?
Right. So the laser's just like resurfacing the muscle, so it's breaking it down so they can build back up.
So now it's been almost a year. It's
Yeah.
been about 10 months, and I'm just like, I don't know. So now I guess it's old is new now, or new is old, or whatever. I don't know.
How are your orgasms?
Oh my God. I look over to the cameraman. he turns around. Great.
Good.
Most times.
Better?
Different. The whole thing's different, but better.
Yeah.
I can't get out of my own head. That's what we were talking about earlier. I gotta do laundry. I gotta do groceries. I got wigs. I got wigs drying and pantyhose drying. Whatever. Like I'm one of those. Like it's a costume, and armor, and acting. Like there's a lot going on.
But it's fun.
So life is really fun. It is really fun, even when it's like shit and there's shit going on. at least people around here have a good laugh at what's shit going on.
Right?
Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, like we're doing a podcast. We're not like solving world hunger, right? Like, you know what I mean? So when it's shit, you're just like, it's just.
Occasionally there's some whatever, but
Yeah, totally.
sex is good. Life is good. I've been with my partner for 10 years. My husband.
He's super cute.
And he is a doll. He's a real sweetie. Like I said to you, I'm a nightmare. I'm a freaking nightmare. I'm a lot. There's a lot going on all the time. I'm demanding and I'm bossy but I'm also kind and loving and generous and all those other things.
So why don't you highlight those parts of you, and why are you highlighting the negative parts of you?
Because there's nothing freaking negative about him, except for that he might progress into like some of the older generations of his family that I'm just like, oh no! But he's the doll. So that's why I think I focus on some of the negative, because I can't really think of a lot of negative on his part.
Yeah.
Which drives me nuts. So I do try, believe me, I dig. I try and find some shit. Like, I don't like that he leaves his socks on the floor at the end of the bed.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It is annoying. Would it
So
annoy you?
annoying.
It's so annoying. What a dick.
Fuck those socks.
Fuck those. Well, my dog does now. Literally. And he grabs those little socks and rides them into tomorrow. And I'm like, come on, buds, we gotta go to Wiki. Cut that out. And then maybe that's part of his morning intention. He has his self.
He has a morning orgasm also.
He listens to some music. He humps a sock. And off to Wiki we go.
It's a good life, Mom. Like, that's all your dog is just trying to say. That's all he's trying to say.
So a good life for you, how would that look?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, like, how would that look? Good life.
What does a good life look? Happy, but like surrounded by love, surrounded by laughter, surrounded by healing, orgasms, pleasure, love, adventure, travel, food, family, friends that are family, music.
Oh yeah,
a lot
me
of
too.
music.
Me too. I like all music. Do you have a favorite? Like, do you have a genre that's your? Because I like everything.
I like everything.
Like, I can listen to steel drums and I'm in love, and I can listen to a guy on a horn. I like metal. I like I like Guns N' Roses crap. And
Yes.
shit. Yeah. Like, but then I also like everything else. I like 50 Cent and whatever. That stupid Yummy song.
Oh my god, I love the Yummy
you
song.
love
I
that?
love the Yummy song.
Okay, now that he's a smidge older, I'm okay with liking the Yummy song. But when he was just a cute teen, little Canadian Justin Bieber, I didn't like listen to any of his romantic-y, sexy music. I was
weird.
like, what the hell? I could be your mother.
Yeah, I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, like, this is weird.
I can't.
Now that he's older and he's married or whatever,
He's over 21.
Yeah,
Fine.
and he has the Yummy song. I'm like, I really like this song. I know what, and I put it on all the time. It's not really I don't know. I like it.
I like that. I like the Yummy song and that Dance Monkey song. I'm a little
Which
obsessed
was the
with
Dance
it.
Monkey?
That
Can you sing?
Oh no.
Do you have any hidden talents like singing?
Hidden talents?
Yeah. Like,
Did
can you tie a cherry stick with your tongue, or the
Oh,
cherry
I can do
stem?
that.
You can?
Yeah, I used to be able
Of
to.
course you
I
can.
don't know if I still can, but I've been told I have a really long tongue.
Can you? What, you could touch your?
That I can touch my tongue to my nose.
Try it.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right. Like.
I can't.
No?
No.
You stick your tongue out?
I have
Is
a
that as far
huge
as it
tongue.
goes? You have a fat tongue. You have like a surface area tongue. You're like licking all the dick. That's what you're like. And swirling around it.
Yeah. Did you do it?
Yeah, oh no, I'll do it right now. I'm sorry, I can't.
Drum roll. She goes, let me stretch it out first.
Yeah, I am. I'm stretching it behind.
Tongue warm-ups. Okay, how many degrees do you have, Dr. Carlen?
Almost. Almost. I used to be able to.
Wow.
Close.
So talented.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on Highly Intimate. I'm Jacqui Childs, and this is my friend Carlen, and that was Highly Intimate. Cheers.